Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, we just finished a stream not too long ago. I do have to make this. I am forcing this video down because I did not make one for today, for later, and I have to be going out for like a whole family thing. I'm always running late. Anyways, listen. I'm saying this now because the markets generally look very, very weak. Okay, we're gonna go over multiple coins. We're gonna go over the markets in general. We're gonna start with Bitcoin first. Look, I said this on stream multiple times. I said this in videos before, and I'll say it again now. Bitcoin is the CEO of manipulation. Okay, let's get that out the way. Bitcoin is the CEO of manipulation. And even though we flipped the script recently with creating higher highs on the 4-hour, right? Because we were creating lower, right? Even here, it was a low. And then this was here, and then technically we went like a little low, but you could have gone down to equal, and I kind of expected like this to happen. If not, then like a little bit further pullback, and then this, but then we went up just a little bit more, right? Because I actually didn't notice like this is pretty much the last sweep it could have really done. I guess you could say this, but yeah, man, these daily closes just look awful, right? Like this momentum in the last 3 days for Bitcoin is weak. It really is. It kind of reminds me of like this right here. Before we went up, slammed, and then went up further, right? Or kind of like the way this happened, right? Just weak, slam, big recovery, then we consolidated, and then we kind of like, the rest is history. It just seems too weak to me. Even altcoins are giving a bigger picture for me, right? Let's start with AKT, right? AKT actually looks like the most decent one, but technically we didn't break any structure on the daily yet. All right, we have to go above this zone, start closing above a certain point to be really convincing. Render, I mean, look at render. Render does not look convincing at all. Look at all these 3 daily candles. It's ready to sell off, right? Look at all this nice selling pressure beforehand, right? When we saw it here, right, we had nice daily candles. Yeah, sure, some were small, but overall we had a lot of momentum. Like, look at this compared to this, right? And even the selling pressure wasn't that good. Caspa, absolutely weak. Does Myro really count? Does Myro, like, this coin's kind of dead, but it's still kind of following like the markets. Whatever, we can still see it in Myro too. XRP definitely had the strongest of strong pushes, right? But it's kind of like AKT where it's kind of rejecting. If we actually look at this last daily order block, which means we're probably tapping somewhere into here, maybe there's like a 4-hour candle, right? Okay, this nice 4-hour candle here, we perfectly tapped into it and we sold off, right? If we actually even go higher, technically this, we like, yeah, it's literally perfect. So, ICP looks good, but the whole markets in general don't look good. And you know what? Listen, we have a high, lower high, and guess what? We're probably going to close below it. And then guess what? We're going to go lower. Ethereum does not look convincing at all. Recently, it tapped into its order block, right? It tapped into its order block. We can see once again the bank institutional candle. It pretty much taps into it perfectly. And now again, a little bit of a sell-off. Turbo does not look strong at all. And I get it, I might be repeating myself, but I have to because, guys, this is no surprise. I even just said a couple days ago, I expect manipulation. Radium's already showing signs. Pangolins already showing signs. H-bar looks like it's about to flip any second. XDC, has been pretty crap in general. Dia look very weak. It looks like it's about to flip, right? I'm telling you, Ondo looks like it's about to flip to the downside. I mean, Zbeck, it's in its own thing, right? It really is in its own thing. But overall, right, the markets look like they're going to flip. Now, we do have a little bit interesting patterns here with Bitcoin dominance. I am overall looking for Bitcoin dominance to continue to go up. The only thing worth noting, right, is there is a doji candle. There is a doji candle, which pretty much usually means some type of reversals. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to reverse full on maximum, right? Doesn't necessarily mean that. But, if Bitcoin goes up a lot and altcoins start rising because Bitcoin dominance starts slamming, it is possible. But then that doesn't necessarily mean 100% that it is over, right? I do want to see a huge sell-off. Like I would really want to see a huge break of structure for me to really like get next level confirmation. I would want to see us consolidate like in this zone, right? So about a 10% drop, kind of like the way we went from 73.5, technically a little bit higher to here, right? We dropped over 10%, right? We dropped over 10%. So I would really need to see a big slam first for number one. And I'd be like, altcoin season is about to happen, which I mean, it's not really, it's not really, we're all excited for altcoin season. And then again, if I see like weeks of consolidation, it's like, all right, we're gonna blast. Like the real altcoin season is gonna be here. And then boom, right? So we are paying attention to that. We are paying attention to that. Now, would I would like it for it to go higher? Yes. Why? Because higher it goes, the bigger the drop will be, the more money you will make. Okay. When we dropped roughly 6.5%, right, at the end of November to December, something like Render went up 3 times. So think about it, right? If we can get that extra couple percent higher and it slams lower, you're going to be making that extra, possibly 10, 15, 20, 25% on the coins. So yeah, overall, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this video. I will be doing probably on Saturday a unique type of live stream where we will choose between so many damn coins, and we're only going to invest in about 20 of them. So, and it will be with community votes and etc. And we'll see which ones make the most amount of money. Obviously, some are going to be meme coins, some utility. You can even make a garbage coin, right? And we're just going to see which ones ended up being the biggest winners. Okay. And then, we could even do some like mini battles in between. Like if we have like 20 coins that were chosen and there's like a couple meme coins, a couple AI coins, a couple real world assets, then we could do certain narratives, which narratives out of those coins won. But, we'll see what tokens get chosen. But yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye. Portfolio reviews, economic and global updates and news, frequent up-to-date technical analysis, and a very supportive community. Sell and buy calls and trading education is provided. If that sounds good to you, now is the time to act. Once the markets start moving, there is no I should have, coulda, woulda. Now is the time. If you want to take things to another level, we have the blueprint that covers everything from A to Z in crypto that you need. No fluff, no bullshit, just the most important news, fundamentals, and technicals to have you succeed in these markets.